Welcome back to the channel. I just thought to give you a bit of an update on what I've been doing around the shack and antenna wise in my garden. I've recently put up my DXC Expedition that I had. If you look through my playlist, I've got a very small garden. I took it down for the winter and some of the elements have perished, so I've redone the elements. So I've got 4 bands on there now. 40, 20, 10 and 17. What I've been doing is running a bit of FT8 with my 991 here, using 5 and 10 watts. And I'll just show you the results I've had so far. As you can see there on PSK Reporter, it's not too bad really. A lot of that is 5 watts. I've had a few QSOs, mainly Europe, and a handful outside. I've got a grid tracker there, and I've just still got it open. WSJTX. I've just closed the window. But yeah, I just wanted to just give you a bit of a brief update. I have been out. I've got some videos to edit first, but I just wanted to give you a bit of a progress update, antenna wise, before I take you out in the garden. I've put up a FlightAware ADSB antenna, and I'm using a very old program. This is AirNav radar box software, which is in excess of 10 years old. But it's the only thing I've got. I've got one of these RTL SDR dongles. I've got the program, but it was just easier for me to fire up this radar box software. I'm going to be using another program which is a bit more refined, probably better graphics really, with this being very dated. But you can see my my footprint from where I'll show you later, where the ADSB antenna is mounted. So it's quite a good coverage really. I'm quite happy with that so far. So all good. This is the radar box, very dated. I think at the time I purchased this, it was £400. At the time there wasn't much out there, but to get the full benefit from something like this, you have to subscribe, and I'm not going to be doing that. So one thing I do need to get sorted is, if any of my subscribers could help me, is this ICOM 756 Pro, very old radio. Well, not old in amateur radio equipment terms, I suppose, 20 years old probably. It doesn't TX on the 40 meter band on the phone portion. I don't believe it to be a fault. I just believe it's a modification that's required. But I use this on my 9-to-1 end fed, which is 20 meters long, which runs down my garden and along the part where you get access to the back of the house. So for me, it's ideal for 80 meters. So that's more or less stuck to that antenna really. I'm not going to do a review on these. I think there's been a few reviews. I've got sort of, I don't know, they are what they are, but I'm not a big fan of it, if you know what I mean. A QRM eliminator, well, this one in particular. But anyway, that's another story for another day. This has been out, and it will be going out a bit more, which is my ICOM IC 705. And as you can see here, this is my 9918. I predominantly use this for UHF and VHF now. I'm just listening to a C4 FM enabled repeater near me at the moment, and my 991 gets the battering. That gets the HF battering, that does. So, and I'm just listening to a bit of Gander and Shanwick Oceanic clearance civil airband control. It's been quite interesting this morning. A few little disputes, but anyway, all is good. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll take you out into the garden. This monitor here, by the way, this is going to be using my Raspberry Pi. NOAA software for the weather satellite. So once I've plumbed in all the coax and brought everything up, that will be showing weather satellites. There's the garden. I'll take you out there very shortly. This is the 2E0ERO loop, which I've already done a review on. This is just connected to my 817. Another new addition to the shack, which is not radio related, is this device here, which is a Philips air purifier. I can't tell you the model number off the top of my head now. It cost me about £100. The reason I got that is because a lot of the furniture in my shack is black, and trying to keep dust down is well, keep dust off black surfaces is difficult. It's a bit difficult. So it does work. I've got a couple of dusters here. You know, I am a very clean person, so I like to keep everything clean. But yeah. So this is, oh, by the way, this is what I'm using to run the software for the radar box. It's a very old Panasonic Toughbook. I think it's Windows XP. Battery's no good on it, but it does what it needs to do anyway. So right, let's head out into the garden. Right, you can see just to the left, I'm just trying to get into shot. Just here is my ADSB antenna, my 1090 megahertz FlightAware antenna. I've actually used some the metalwork holding it, believe it or not, is some what we call TS35 slotted rail, normally used in control panels. So I've mounted it on there. That's my collinear next to it, and if I zoom back in, here is my DXC Expedition. They can just see the 40-meter element there. What I've actually done is used some tie wraps just to space the return of the 40-meter element so it doesn't interact too much, but I get a good tune on 40. But as I've mentioned, I've lost the top two sections of the pole itself. They snapped. Some additional guys there as well. But yeah, that's the setup I have. So as I've mentioned, I've got 10, 17, 20 and 40 meters on this pole at the moment. I have considered putting 6 on, but because of my location and the ground level, I think my angle of radiation is not going to be very efficient, so I'd have to have something higher. So yeah, that's my Diamond D777, and you can just see the corner of my 9-to-1 end fed. So yeah, there we go. All the best, 7 3s.